Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship Group 3 race Group 1 race taking place at Paul Ricard. Flashback to Friday then. Obviously these guys are the elite of the group. We're expecting some really fast times, 154s, certainly 155s. Are we going to see a 153 from the likes of Peter, from Carlo, from Andrea, and possibly others, Craig and so on and so forth, Chris Bourne? From this perspective, the week's racing at this circuit has certainly opened a few eyes. The race yesterday, some of the qualifying was very unexpected, with some guys making fantastic blistering times in the qualification section. So hopefully we're going to see something different today, but who knows. So we'll go live to the stream. Just so you were, I've got Jeremy with me today, and we've got our guest presenter, Jonathan. If you both want to say hello.
Hello everyone.
From my perspective, my stream's frozen, so hold on a minute. And I don't know why. My stream's frozen. I'm just hoping to... it's done this once before, but I'm not too sure the reason why. It does seem to wake itself up. It's not... You're not seeing what I'm seeing on my screen at the moment, so...
I see a frozen screen with
you do, correct.
Three cars in the pit.
That's not what's on my screen. So yeah. I'm just trying to fix that as we speak, so just bear with me. Let's change it, and let's change it back to that one. And it's not doing it. Okay.
No, still the same.
That's all right. So let me change it to... Right. I can't get this working, so... Is it that one? No. Ooh, this is going really well. And there we go. We have it. We have technology.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry about that.
Right.
Technology.
You're right on time.
Nothing changed from Friday to today, but today the gremlins are sat there on the computer. So anyway, the stream will come back. You will see people out and qualifying. Right. Hi, Lee. Hi, Mark Christopher. Great result yesterday.
Hello, guys.
Although being a second faster per lap, we do want a blood sample and a fuel sample, just to make sure everything was kosher. Hi, Ollie. Welcome from down under. Hi, Michelle. And hi, Mikhail. Welcome to the stream. So these are the elite guys. We'll look at the table quickly just to see what's going on with the table. As you can see from this, the Bentleys rule the roost at the moment, with Peter, who up until last week had a clean sweep. Last week was the first week he'd actually lost some points, and those who watched that race, wow, what a race it was. But it did mean that Peter lost the first time and not won a race since we started this season. He's being pressured by Carlo. Unfortunately, even if Carlo wins today and Peter doesn't finish, Carlo will still not catch Peter, purely because of the gap Peter's made as a result of his consistent racing. Further down, we've then got Chris Bourne in the Lexus, who's been very consistent in the purple Lexus, and Andrea Chiola, who started to look really, really quick as the season's gone on. So they're 5 points separating them. So I do think we're going to see possibly a position change, depending on how the racing goes. And then if you look between Derek and Lars, we've got six points between 4 racers. Derek on 188, David Noble on 187, Neil Bywater 185, and Lars on 182. And actually David Gerard's not far behind on 179. Now I'm just looking down the grid to see who's actually in attendance. Can I see David Noble? I can't see David Noble. So David Noble's not going to make any places up in this, unfortunately. But Lars, as you can see, he's done a 154.8. And what we'll do now is we'll go across to someone who's just about to finish a lap, as we can see, and Jeremy will do a lap guide.
So who's that? Chiola, Andrea?
This is David Gerard we're on board with at the moment.
David Gerard, so I'm going to do the lap with him?
Yep.
Okay.
Or do you want me to do another one who's just about to finish the lap so we can start clean?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Hey, just an observation, guys. We're also missing Derek Bird.
Is he not there as well? Oh, right, okay.
My old sparring partner.
Okay, so that's two drivers in the top 6 who aren't in attendance. Interesting.
Okay, so here comes David. still far from the start.
Yeah, we'll wait till it goes over the start-finish grid. I mean, as he stands at the moment, he's 6/10 up. His best is a 1:55.6. So this is, if he can gain a bit more time, it's going to put him into the 1:54s. If he can gain another 2/10, he's going to be playing with pole position here in the PWS esports team. There's obviously a couple of drivers in this PWS esports team, and they are also represented in the Constructors' Championship as well.
Yeah, you know, I'm actually riding with Peter right now, and he's 7/10 up on his fastest time.
Yep.
So
I'm going to jump forward. In fact, yeah, Jeremy, yeah, he's just coming over the finish line now.
Okay.
So jump to Peter.
Go with Gerard.
Andrea Cayola's just done a 1:54.2. Peter's just done a 1:54.6. Over to you, Jeremy.
So with Peter?
Yep.
Okay, so here we go into the S de la Verrerie. And that's going to be followed by Virage de l'Hôtel. And followed by Virage du Camp. And then Virage de la Sainte-Baume. That's going to bring us into ligne droite du Mistral. And like I said, Mistral is a very strong northern wind that blows in the winter and drives people crazy because it maintains the same speed and can blow up to 200 kilometers an hour. So ligne droite du Mistral is going to take us into that famous courbe de Cygne.
No, he's gone wide there. That's a spoilt lap, I think. Oh, no, it won't be, will it?
He's up. He's up.
Yeah.
He's up
followed by double droite du Bosset. Followed by Virage de Bandor. And then Courbe de Gare-Laban. And finally, Virage du Pont.
He's 2/10 up here. It's going to move. Is it going to move him up enough to get him into second? He's not going to get pole because Andrea's just done a 1:55. Sorry, I know.
1:53.
Yeah.
Wow, Andrea is very close to the 1:54 actually.
Yeah,
now.
1:54 to Andrea. He did a 1:55 flat then. Okay, so who else can we jump on board with? Someone further back. Craig Holmes was doing well in pre-qualifying actually. Quickly back to the stream. There's the chat. We've got welcome
Hello, Robert.
Hi Robert. Andy Goddard. Evening. Johan.
Hello,
hi again. Hi Stefan. Trying to figure out Elite Dangerous. Way over my head. I've not seen that on track, but I'll take your word for it. Michelle was saying he drove a Misano at midnight with rain. Absolute nightmare. That's exactly what I want to hear. Thanks, Michelle.
Right.
Looking forward to it. Hi, Petri. Who else have we got? Hi, Derek. Oh, I missed midweek races through work, so I thought I would sit this race out. Oh, I think you'd have done well, Derek, to be fair. You're good enough. You'd have done well. You've still got 10 minutes of qualifying. You can always jump on. Go for it. Some points is better than no points. Hi, Andreas. I'm just looking with Stefan. Misano test last night. Drive, crash, drive, spin and crash, repeat. Oh, Derek saying this track just doesn't get my juices flow, so that's why you're not on. Fair comment. Okay. Who's FR? Hi everybody. FR, can you just let us know your name? Don't recognise the abbreviation. Hi Frank. Welcome to the stream. Hi Don.
Oh, Frank.
And then Don's right. Not such a thing as too much pink.
Hey Mark, I just wanted to tell you that I rode with Peter on that fast lap, and I was just looking at the back and forth with where he was gaining and losing time, and he has at least 0.3 of a second that he lost during that lap. So he is potentially going to be in a 54 dead, if not in the 53s.
Wow.
And he came back into the pits, and when he came out, there was a serious sense of urgency for him to overtake those guys in front who were potentially slower. So I can see You know, he's up against the wall here. It's going to be very exciting. He's just about to start his next flying lap right now.
Wow. Okay. So Craig is 2/10 up at the moment. So Frank, hi Frank. Right now I recognise FR Frank Roder. Hi Frank. Thanks for joining us. Hi Kevin. Welcome to the stream. And hi Juan.
Hello, Kevin.
It's not Michelle,
Hello,
Juan. It's Jonathan Wood, one of our drivers. He's joined us in the booth for the race. As we're offering on Sundays, if you're available and you want to have your voice heard in public by people all over the world, we're more than happy to open the booth up. And obviously, if people can't race, as like Jonathan can't at the moment, they're more than welcome to come on board. It just adds to it a little bit.
He's 2/10 up. Hey Juan, how you doing, mate?
All right, so yeah, we're on board with Peter now. So yeah, there's definitely urgency here. You can see the way he absolutely rattled it round that corner then. So he's 2/10 up. He's coming down Mistral at the moment. Now I've got in the Aston, I got 2:79, I think it was, out of it by the end of the straight. Is he going to match me? He's going to do it. I got 2:79. Oh, he didn't quite do it. So
Wow.
Got it a little bit out of shape there through signs.
Yeah,
really
he's
did.
lost all his time.
Yeah. But he's getting it back now. Look at that. Look how much time he just took out of that last corner.
Yeah. So he's going wide and he's taking the corner straighter as possible, isn't he, so he can get the power down. Yeah, he's gained a 10th there. This is going to put him. This is going to move him up. Oh, he's lost it. This is going to potentially put him up into second, but he really does need to try and gain a bit into this last corner. This is a hell of a corner, this. If you get the curb wrong, you lose to... Oh, he's gained. Is he going to do it? I think he's going to go into second. Oh, there you go.
Place.
154.3. Let's jump back to Mark Rogers, who's currently 8/10 up. His best is a 155.4. So this will put him into a 154 at the moment. Yeah, 154.8. So Mark Rogers has upset the apple cart and has just jumped Lars to the second row there.
And we have 8 drivers in the same second.
Hi Billy, welcome to the stream.
Hello there. Yeah, so it looks like it's a repeat of last week, which is gonna be thrilling to witness.
Do you know what the difference is this week though? We've got the Mistral straight.
Yes.
That's going to make such a difference. I can see it in one lap, Peter passing Andrea, and then the next lap, Andrea passing Peter, and so on for the whole race.
Peter is back in the pits.
Yeah, Rogers has lost a load of time here. He's there's no one. The only person on track who's in the green at the moment is a very wayward Mr. Young. De Jong there as he come round the first corner. He was all over the place. He's losing time.
So guys, so I'm looking at the split times, and what's really interesting here is that Mr. Kaiola, who is currently P1, he has not set any fastest split times. So Peter is fastest in the final sector, Carlo is fastest in the first sector, and Nelson, who is currently in P12, is actually fastest in the middle sector. So it really it's all to play for here. Really amazing.
Yeah, I've just put them up on the screen, Jonathan, for reference. You can see the purples. You can see the potential of the drivers there. So Andre's potential is a 155.2, and that is his best. Peter's potential is a 154.2 as well. And you can see Peter's gained stage 3. Carlo's fastest in sector 1. And yeah, Nelson's doing an absolutely fantastic job in the middle. And he's a good 200s up. Wow.
There's 2/10 between these three guys.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's just very interesting to see, who's faster where, because they all have a different strength when it comes to the three sectors, which is going to make for a very, very exciting race just between these three guys.
Exactly.
Well, you're going to see the bunching and then the pulling away, the bunching and the pulling away, aren't you? And the problem is with Paul Ricard, though, there's only certain places you can pass unless you're prepared to go for the dive. And one of them is obviously Mistral. We all know Mistral's a passing place. If you get the exit to Mistral wrong and you go wide, you can come up the inside and take that corner. The only other real passing place, I believe, is the entrance to the start and finish straight. If you get a better drive out, you can come up the inside and take the first corner. But it's really down to mistakes. Now, this group of drivers don't tend to make mistakes. So the passing points are going to be very, very limited. And I can actually see we're going to be sat on board with a car and we're going to hear it hitting the rev limiter before the race is out.
So not much is happening right now. The times are, no one is moving from where they are.
Yeah, Peter and Carlo are slightly quicker. Carlo's looking to take, and I'll jump on board with Carlo. Carlo's looking to take second position here. He's obviously he's out to claim Peter there, because Peter was a 10th up, but this is going to be close because I think Peter, as it stands, is just shy of a 10th up. And we've got Carlo running down the straight behind him. So that car in front of Carlo is Peter. He's not going to get a tow. He's too far away. But these two drivers on this lap, I think they've got another lap in potentially to do at the end of this. I think it's going to determine the top three. I don't think... I mean, Mark Rogers has done a fantastic job in fourth, but I don't think Mark and Lars are going to get close because the gap is 4 tenths. 4 tenths in racing is lifetime, isn't it? Carlo spoilt his lap. So... Carlo's lap's not going to count now, so you'll hear Carlo back off. Peter's got into the red, so Peter's lap's not going to go any quicker. So it does look like Kaola with a 54.252 is looking good at this moment in time. Now I'm going to jump back because John Saunders is joining the party. He's 6 tenths up. He's going to do a 154.7. I think it's going to put him in fourth. And there you go, John Saunders has jumped into fourth place. So he's really spoilt the party up the front there. And we've seen John Saunders going. He's very consistent and very quick. This race is not going to be done in the first before the pit stops. I think the pit stop's going to have a massive impact on this race.
Yes, definitely. But once again, Andrea, Peter, Carlo, you know, I think it's going to be played between those three drivers unless something extraordinary happens. But I believe the race belongs to one of the top three there.
Okay, just a comment from Robert in the chat. Does ACC disqualify a quali if the car is behind a tow? So, Robert, all I will say is if you're ever watching Formula 1, I don't know if you watch Formula 1, sometimes a tow is part of qualifying. And if you gain from a tow, it's perfectly legal. So if you can get your timing right and get the tow up the straight, it's in your benefit. So, yeah, and Jonathan's just backed that up. Thanks, Jonathan. And
you bet. Actually, in our race, the championship race, the international race on Tuesday,
you worked together.
Stefan gave me like the most incredible tow in my last lap, and it caused my best middle sector by like something like a quarter of a second. But I messed up the lap. But yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, you've just got to have a friend, and I don't think that there are many friends when it comes to this group. You know, for the actual race, you know, we're all pretty friendly, I think, but you know, we all want to finish ahead, right?
Just to say, we're going to see a change at the front. We're going to see a change in the top three.
Are we?
Yeah. Just keep watching, Mr. Saunders. He's going quicker and quicker and quicker. Oh my word! He was 2 tenths up, and he was going to take third. And he lost 2,000ths of a second, 200ths of a second, which didn't give him the position. He's gone faster, but he's Carlo's a 154.44. Saunders is a 154.46. He'd lost a load of time. Back to the chat. Yeah, Johan was saying, "Damn, this looks like a UK family race." To be fair, Johan, it might just look like that. That's not the case. We do have a very good split. It just happens to be that there's quite a few UK drivers. Bearing in mind the servers are in the US, you know, but that's the beauty of this race. It's cross-continental, so it might look it, but it's not. What else have we got in here? Yeah, Stefan, no USA. Very surprising. Well, I will say you did have Jonathan, but he can't race for personal reasons, so he's joined us in the booth. His loss is our gain. Sorry to say that, Jonathan.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Robert, so a friend could tow you. Yes. Work on it how you please. Don Queen, I caught a monster tow from Billy Stewart on Friday. That pulled me up to 4th at the very end. Right, so that's where you got your speed from.
So we're out of time by the looks of it, and
We are.
Peter is still on his last fast lap. Oh no, he just messed it up.
Yeah,
he just went a little wide. He clipped the curb and he went in red.
Yeah, his gap.
That's it. It's done.
I see on my timing screen the times go grey when it's a spoiled lap, so you can see it was a spoiled lap. So the only person going quicker at the moment is Mr. Bourne. No, Chris Bourne. Chris Bourne's currently a 10th up. He's coming to the end of his lap. This is going to move him up potentially 2 places. He's lost the time there, so he's not going to gain. Carlo, Carlo could still get second from Peter, but he's not showing his green. No, Carlo's not going to get second. Chris Bourne is definitely going to go up 2 places.
It's awfully close at the top there. Wow.
There you go. Chris Bourne into 5th.
Nice.
And there's Melvin. Welcome to the party, Melvin. And so's
Melvin.
So's Nikos. Welcome, Nikos.
Hello, Nikos.
Okay, be back in a second.
Interesting indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a grid walk. So from this perspective, in pole position, we've got Andrea Caiola. We've got Peter Wolfslaner in the Bentley. Let's move down. Then we've got another Bentley of Carlo. We've got the Ferrari of John Saunders. We've got the Lexus of Chris Bourne. We've got the Aston of Mark Rogers in the first PWS. We've then got Lars in the McLaren. And we've got the second PWS of David Gerrard, who's also in the Aston. We've then got Nelson in the red Martini Aston, and we have Craig Holmes in the typical green, yellow and black Bentley. We've got the Ruggiero Santos in the yellow and blue coloured Ferrari, followed by Neil Bywater in the red and white Ferrari. We then have what looks like a black Bentley of Rhys Wiggins. Actually, it's a Team UK one that it's got the UK flag down the side of it. And then we have Merch Parnov in the black and red Aston. Further down the grid, we've got Chris Baker in the Sega coloured Aston Martin, and then followed by Hugh Morris in the red Ferrari. We then have Eric Dont. Actually, I think I may have missed the play. I think I might have missed the driver. I'm not too sure actually. No, that's that's Hugh Morris on the right in the blue Ferrari. Yes. Sorry, and we've got Eric Dont in the Lexus on the left hand side. Then we've got Peter de Jong. Sorry, Jeremy, it was your car at the back throwing me. I was thinking there's another car, and then obviously Jeremy who's going to jump out in a minute. So what we'll do is we'll go back to the Helicam view at the start, and we'll take it from there. Nikos is just saying it's a beautiful car, is Nelson's Aston. Did you do it, Nikos? And David Blythe has joined us from sunny Florida, is it, David? Oh, yes, okay. There you go. So off we go. Everyone's got the engines running now. The lap time should start coming up when they start racing. Yep, smash the like button and ring the bell. That's it. Thanks for that, Don. I am putting a little reminder up on the screen occasionally. I don't want to overuse the button though. See, Jeremy's now gone to the pit, teleported to the pit as an admin. Lights out and away we go. Great start from Peter there.
Ooh,
Peter's really got the edge, but Andrea's got the inside. Or has he?
My God.
Oh,
so
Peter's got... Oh, no.
Oh,
no. Contact.
Wow.
And they both ran off track there. Just further back.
Yeah.
Bit of going wide. Further back down. Everyone else is through fine. Let's just jump back to the front.
Another contact with John Saunders. Man,
yeah.
It's a dramatic start of the race, I tell you that much.
John Saunders has made a place. He's gone into third from Carlo. But I think we're gonna see a pass here. Just to jump forward a second. I think we're gonna see a pass. I think Carlo or Chris Bourne's gonna get Carlo here.
Yeah, Carlo.
Look at Chris Bourne flying.
Carlo had a big wiggle coming out of that corner leading onto the Mistral.
Look at that.
Chris is giving Chris like that. Yeah.
He's not gaining though because Carlo's in the toe of the Ferrari. Carlo's in the toe of the Ferrari. Wow. You can see it up in front. Peter's got a bit of a toe on Andrea there, but straight out the bat. Have we got anything else going on behind? Anyone else looking for a pass further behind? Oh yeah, there you go. Hughes going for it. Hughes made a pass. I think that's Hugh. Yep. And that car's gone really wide. That's a track limits warning. That was Reese. Hughes taking a fantastic angle in there. Reese is cutting him up there to get in. And then you can see there Chris Baker in the Sega. Gar is trying to gain a bit of a place. And Peter's putting pressure on in the Porsche. Or better known as the Pink Pig. What a start. So Peter's putting pressure on Andrea at the moment.
Yes, I believe
I was just about to say Peter's got very close to Chris Baker there and he made contact. Unfortunately, Chris Baker's now lost 2 places. And that was going to be close. Chris Baker's lost places there as a result of that, Peter. So Peter's definitely done a bump past there. And also first lap incident. Now, whether we see that as fair or not, that's what we've introduced as the rules. Let's jump forward. And let's go and sit on board with Peter. Peter's very, very close, as you can see, with Andrea here. And it's all going to be interesting to see just how much that car has got grunt on the straight. Now, we know the Bentley's good on the straight. It's got a lot of grunt. But if you set your Aston up with 0 wing, that too is very, very quick. Let's look at the rear wing.
Andrea takes the award so far for taking out the little markers on the corners. So far, he's taken out 3 while he leads Peter. And Peter,
look at the speed difference here.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, and Andrea's gone defensive, knowing full well he can't take it. You can see the downforce on Peter's car. It's where it's affected the tyres. Wow!
Nice. It's not over yet.
It's not. No, Peter's still going for it.
Not over yet.
Oh, incredible. Peter's got a little bit wide there. I think he was worried about track limits.
Man, those guys are having a blast. Oh, it's not
inside.
Oof.
Wow. Oh, he's gone wide. He's gone wide.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, we don't often see this, do we, from these guys going off track?
Wow.
And look at that now. 3 cars have joined the party.
That's it. Now they're... Well, this is it. You know what? I mean, this Group 1 has come unleashed. Really nice, really nice.
The top 5 are almost the truly train right now.
Absolutely. Something happened, by the way, to Neil Bywater. He's 17th now. And he apologizes in the chat. I don't know if he came into contact with anyone. I haven't seen that.
I know Merch has just passed Jared. So I think Merch got Jared. I don't know if it was on the straight or not. I will jump back in a second. I just wanted to see where it was lying in relation to Jared, because I think it's Jared's bits, isn't he? He's a very, very consistent and quick driver. Now he's not making gainway there. Let's jump back forward into the helicam view, and you can see there we've got a train. We normally see the trainer cars further down the back, don't we? Not usually sat at the front.
Incredible, insane. Well, you know what? I mean, it's very refreshing because in the first 6 races, I believe, it was always Peter. and winning by almost like 20, 30 seconds sometimes. And it looks like those days are over.
Oh, so I'm looking at the replay, and lap 1, Neil actually he hit Mr. Wiggin. Unfortunately, that's why
what happened.
he spun him out. Yeah, and he's had to wait to let him by.
I see. Okay, thank you for the explanation.
Right, just going to jump back a little bit because Lars is putting pressure here, and so's Ruggiero. Just a little bit of a fact for you guys who's talking about the Bentley there. The Bentley's I got this fact from Juan, so I'm taking no credit, and I know Juan's listening, so I'll reward. In fact, I'm not sure if it is Juan. It might have been Nicholas actually. The Bentley is the only car with a funny traction control system. I don't know if you're aware of this. The traction control system on the Bentley doesn't kick in under 30 mile an hour. So it actually doesn't start straight away. You've actually got to have the car rolling at a good speed before the traction control kicks in. So just a bit of a fun fact for you there, even though they all use similar motors. And I was watching the GT Championships today, the British GT Championships, and it was wet at Donington. Oh, that was a slide fest.
I was watching it as well.
That was a slide fest, that. There was cars going everywhere.
I know. Yeah.
And we can see here Lars is going for the outside. He's going for the curb pass on that. Looks like Nelson's Martini Aston, but Nelson's got the inside line. Oh, Nelson will get a penalty for that. A warning. Oh, he's big contact. He's got the line though so far. I think we're going to see a pass on the straight, but Lars could get this wrong. Yeah, no, Lars has realised if he goes first, he will get past.
Yeah, but see, that's good because Lars gave him the space to race, and that's very good.
But look now, Lars has opened up Craig and Ruggiero behind. They're all going for it. Look at this, nearly three wide,
almost
up the Mistral. Craig's going to get a cracking toe there. Ruggiero's going to get a toe off Nelson, but Ruggiero's not going to gain. Lars is going to keep it here just. Oh, contact! You could see that.
Too bad.
You could see that coming.
That's
dear.
way too bad.
I think, yeah. I'm not going to say the guilty party was there, but Ruggiero didn't move from his position. That's very unfortunate. That will have damaged Ruggiero's car, and I think we're just going to see him going off.
I think
he's going into the pits. We'll see Ruggiero quit now. He'll go to the pits and he'll quit. Very frustrated. It's a shame that, because that was a very unfortunate bit of contact. And I will say that's not like Lars. Lars usually gives space.
Yeah, yes.
And he kept coming over, and Ruggiero never moved right at all. Yeah, there you go. Ruggiero's gone into the pits. He will quit. That's very unfortunate. Okay, let's jump forward. Carlo and Chris Bourne are still battling, as is John Saunders. John Saunders at the moment is still managing to hold on in that Ferrari. But I will say, after driving on Tuesday in the International in the Ferrari, it's bloody quick on that straight. I think the Ferrari's the quickest. If you get the right setup, it's very fast.
Yeah, while you guys were watching that excitement at the end of the straight, just a few cars ahead, you had Chris Bourne, Carlo, and John. They were literally almost the same situation going into the fast right-hander at the end of the straight, but both Carlo and Chris, led off so that they would get through the corner. But it was really hairy. It was so close.
Yeah. You can see here that there's not much gaining going on. I mean, Chris Bourne, look at Chris Bourne. I think if that Lexus was just behind the Bentley, that Lexus is going to pass the Bentley. But it's one of these, the second you push your nose out, you lose time, because you lose all the slipstream. So, interesting fact for you here, guys. I don't know if you know this. I've realised that from my perspective, the Ferrari setup was phenomenal and it was quick. And I struggled getting top speed out the Aston Martin. So the question I posed myself was, could I run the Ferrari setup on the Aston? So the immediate answer is no, you can't. Why can't you? Because the configuration of the car is different. However, if you study how the car and the setup works, you can adjust it. So I sat there playing around with it to adjust it to work with the Aston's overall setup. And the outcome was I got the Aston almost as quick as the Ferrari on the straight. much quicker than I ever got it. But more to the point, it was stable. So if you see these setups that all these guys have done, I'm just going to jump forward because Carlo's gaining. You can actually adapt the setup if you can understand how it's all designed. You see Carlo's all twitchy there. So, oh, hold on a minute, I'm moving forward. There we go. Oh, they're at it again.
Yes, almost.
Very close. That was contact again. That's registered as contact between the pair of them as well.
Look at this. We have a replay of last week's race. I mean, we have now 5 cars very close to each other.
Hi, Paul. Welcome to the stream. So, yeah, from that perspective, if you ever think, I want to try a different setup for my car and you're unsure, download one of the setups. You can't load it. You won't be able to load it. But load it up against the car you've got. So if it's a Bentley setup and it's quick and you're in, say, an Aston, load it up, go in, look at all the settings of all the different things, the tyres, because some of the cambers are different and all sorts. Look at the mechanical grip and so on and so forth. And observe what the maximum minimum values are of each of the settings. And the reason why I say that is because I think the AR anti-roll bar, rear anti-roll bar on the Ferrari is a stage of 20. And on the Aston it's 8. So if you can work out what proportion that is on the Ferrari, you can adjust it to the Aston to be the same. Now, you might think...
Like we might have had a little bit of contact there, or at least the positions just switched between Craig and Lars.
That's correct. Where Craig was putting pressure on Lars, there was no contact, but Lars got very wide. We had that on the stream. He went wide into the corner and gave Craig the inside. I think Craig is actually looking quicker. So I think we'll see Craig starting to step forward a little bit now.
So because you were talking about setups, I spoke to Chris earlier this week, and he tells me he literally uses the same setup for every circuit.
Interesting.
He never changes anything.
I completely believe him. You know, I think a lot of us are obsessed with trying to find a new setup for every... Corn is inside of Carlo.
Almost did it.
Almost got there, yeah.
With Peter here, Peter's looking like he's going to try and take Chris. Eric's going to have a piece of this as well. And we can see, I think that's Reese coming into the shot. And Neil Bywater. Reese has took... Oh, contact. Neil has took out Eric Dont there.
Oh, dear.
I think Neil will probably give that back. Eric needs to get himself back on track, unfortunately. Starting to be focused.
Chris is in the toe.
Yeah, this is what I thought would happen if Chris gets in the toe. That's a good run as well. He needs to go up the inside.
Yeah, he's got him.
He's got him here. I think he's got him on the inside here. I can't see Carlo hanging that out on the outside.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, there you go. So the question is can Carlo now manage to keep it? No, it's not over yet.
He's pushing. He's trying to go around the outside.
Yeah, Chris is always going to win that though, because Chris has got the tight line on the inside. Yeah. What a pass. What a clean pass.
Was nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so the point is with the setups is, you know, with ACC, the gear ratios do not change, right? In Assetto Corsa, you know, the other game,
you could play with them.
You can change gear ratios.
Yeah.
So that means that your setups are going to be completely different from one circuit to the next.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do pretty much what Chris does. I have like a default setup that I use, and I play around with just a few things like the tire pressures and the wing settings, because you've got to focus on getting those tire pressures in the window after like 3 or 4 laps and get them consistent. But you know, everything else just stays pretty much the same.
I will say, I know where you're coming from, Jonathan, but for example, I used to have a setup I used as a base, and I was on I think it was Spa, and I was struggling with a couple of corners, and all I changed was the rear anti-roll bar, and it made a complete difference to the Spa track. So I think sometimes it's a case of, if you've got a track with high curbs, you obviously need to adjust your suspension so you can ride the curbs better. This track here, what's a curb? There isn't any. It's very, very flat. So therefore you can run very, very low suspension movement to maximise the performance of the car. If you ran a very soft movement on here, going into the corners, you'd be rolling around like a jelly. Whereas if you go on something like Hungaroring, which is a very short track with very high curbs, the setup here, I don't believe would work well. I can't see how it would work well, because this is a low downforce track, whereas Hungaroring's a high downforce track, and the suspension and the movement of the suspension will make a big difference.
Yeah, there's so many different parameters. I mean, like you've got the actual grip of the circuit as well. I mean, for example, the difference between the grip at Snetterton and Suzuka was just like night and day. I mean, especially in the Lambo that I raced the last couple of weeks. But your point about Spa, you, sir, are a Spa specialist. So
That's
it's that one circuit, which is you're on fire at Spa, in the same way that at Snetterton I'm also on fire. So it's kind of horses for courses for sure. We all have our good tracks, we have our bogey tracks.
But I will say,
I'm not such a fan of Hungary.
Oh, all I changed.
I won't say why.
Well, yeah. All I changed though for Spa was the rear anti-roll bar and the preload diff. That was it. And it made such a difference to the drive out the corners. I couldn't believe it, and I couldn't understand why. I know how it all works. It was like, it must be the way you're coming out the corners, and it just allowed me to power out the corners. And because it was wet, it probably enhanced it a little bit more. But yeah, Hungaroring's a good track, actually. The trick with Hungaroring is not to ride the curbs. If you can avoid the curbs, you can gain so much time. The curbs play absolute havoc with the car. So we can see Peter's now passed Chris Baker. So Chris Baker was on a flyer before. He managed to pass Reese Wiggins. Reese is a little bit further down now, so Reese has lost a bit of time there. He's now 3 seconds behind, so I think Reese is struggling. Peter's still putting pressure on Andrea, but I don't think it's as clear cut. And as you can see there, Andrea's just playing the defensive card.
Yeah, and we're 3 minutes away from the pit window. And Andrea is applying exactly the same strategy he used last week. Will it pay off? We'll see.
We shall see. We shall see. Yeah, Ollie, I think you're going to have to bring a torch next week in your car. And maybe, Andreas, you can bring some pizza in your car as well. That will make the experience much nicer, especially since it's going to be in Italy, right?
Yes, it is.
Yep. So the home of the Ferrari should do really well. Not.
By the way, guys, Ollie told me he hit a roux with his car driving at 100 miles per hour. So, and he damaged his vehicle.
I'm not surprised.
Wow. But he's
I'm not
okay.
going to ask how the roux is.
I didn't ask him how the roux is. I don't want to know.
Yeah,
but
never a good situation.
Yeah, he was upset because his coffee spilled over.
Sod the roux, sod me car, I spilt me coffee. So, Stefan, I like turtles. Okay. Is that the Teenage Mutant ones? We're a bit beyond that now. Hi, Ricard. Welcome to the stream.
Hello there.
And Stefan saying wombats are like rocks. Yeah, Don, I like the Hungaroring. I agree with you, Don. I like the Hungaroring as well.
I hit somebody the last time at the Hungaroring. I can't quite.
No, I can't.
I can't.
You were getting put under a lot of pressure by someone, and they managed to do a fantastic pass on you because you made a mistake, and then in the next corner you decided, yeah, he's not having that, and rear-arsed them. I can't think who it was. Any idea who it was, Jonathan?
I don't know, mate. I think his name might have started with M and ended in K. But I'm still very, very embarrassed from that whole situation. So, in fact, whenever here goes Carlo.
Yeah, I'm on that.
He's inside. He's taken Chris.
No, Chris is not giving up. Chris is not giving up. I'm on that at the moment. That's all the gap.
But watch how clean the racing is between those two. It's really beautiful to watch.
Yeah. These two guys.
They're just going at it hammer and tongs. Yeah. They really are.
You can see the drive Chris got out of that corner. Then he took a completely different angle. And he seemed to get the power on a little bit early.
Yeah, and this is allowing John Saunders to just pull away. I mean, he's now 2.5 seconds ahead of Carlo.
Yes, now and Peter is really close to Andrea.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump forward on that one. So we've got someone else, Mega Stevie J. Never mind the track position, Neil. Feel the frame rate. You want to enlighten us, Mega Stevie J, on A, who you are and what you refer to? Just so we're aware and we're knowledgeable and understanding. I'll tell you what, Peter's going to get a great drive here. Andrea's going to have to really defend. Peter couldn't get him on the outside here.
Yeah, now he's going to get that toe. He's so close.
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether it's enough though, because you can just see Andrea's going to pull to the right.
Yeah, he's going to pull to the right and he won't be able to do much.
Closing.
He's closing.
And he's going to take the outside line.
Yeah, he's not got enough track though.
Yeah, but he tried that already 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, Andrea knows exactly what he's playing there.
Yeah.
But will he get a better...
Oh, Peter did.
Oh,
he drifted it. He's going to lose to John here.
John Saunders is coming right behind.
Yeah, Peter got sideways then, didn't he? That's the first time I've seen Peter drift in the Bentley.
Yeah, but that shows you that Andrea is really pushing Peter out of his comfort zone.
See there, that's the view from Peter's car. You can still see Chris and Carlo behind as well. They're not a million miles away. These pits could really upset the apple cart. In fact, Chris Bourne is very, very close. Just going to jump on board with Chris Bourne. Look at that.
Oh, he's so close, goodness.
He's very close. He's not going to get it, but
racing. Beautiful racing.
Peter's just as close with Andrea, actually. These two are all at it.
You know what? I believe Andrea can pull a second race in a row like this. I mean, not to take anything away from Peter, because Peter is definitely the man to beat.
Oh, yeah, Peter was very late. Peter was very late there. Yes. I'll tell you what, John Saunders is giving Peter some grief. Is it me, or is it like Peter's gone a little bit ragged?
He is absolutely ragged.
And you don't see that normally with Peter. Man, he's always at the front, isn't he?
I could see that even in qualifying, he was ragged. You could see the sense of urgency, because normally, you know, he posts his lap time and he is like, you know, half a second on the field or whatever it is, and he knows he's gone as fast as he can.
Yeah.
But I could tell he didn't do that at all the way through qualifying. He had left time on the table, and you could see in his driving that, you know, he had a sense of urgency that we've never seen before. And it's all due to Mr. Kaiola. I mean, he's fantastic driving.
Absolutely.
And in fact, you know, the top 5, they just there's nothing to choose between them. Nothing.
But I told you during.
Here goes John.
Ooh.
John he's got
he's
the
going
inside
for it. He's going for it. Wow. Oh, contact. Not again. No. Oh.
Yeah. And
well,
I would expect
I don't know what to say about this one.
I would expect Peter to slow down and let him play on that.
Peter's off. Maybe. Peter's off.
Yeah, he says no.
He's
going. Says no.
He's going for the incoming penalty.
I'm not sure it's a bump pass though, but yeah, it's questionable.
Well, he hit the rear end.
Can we get a replay on that?
Actually, good point. I should be able to do a replay on that. Let me go to Peter. Let me put it in replay mode.
There was 2 separate contacts there. That was very, very interesting.
Yeah, just go into the replay. Just wait for it to come in. There we go. Hopefully we'll see it. Have I missed it? I don't think I've missed it. No, it's not. It's not showing. It's not. For some reason, it doesn't want to go back. No, it's not doing it. It's not playing ball. I can't stop it now, guys. So just have to wait a second. Mark Rogers has had a contact with someone as well, with David Gerrard, I think. It's not letting me do the replay, sorry. I don't know why. I've selected the right time scale as well. I'm going to go back live again. So where did that put... Oh, John Saunders is either pitted or he's quit to the pit.
He's pitted.
Right. Was it a genuine pit stop or... Because he could have escaped to the pits. We're unsure about that at the moment, aren't we? Because I know he has quit last. He's quit last time, didn't he?
Yeah. So now Kaiola managed to pull 2 seconds ahead.
It was a normal pit stop. He's on his way out right now.
Okay.
That was very unfortunate, but you know that's such hard racing, and these guys are so quick.
Yeah.
And Peter is not used, at least with eSeniors, he's not used to this level of competition, and this is new.
Yeah,
It's very exciting.
Robert Abando has basically said similarly. He said Peter doesn't know how to race in second place. That's a very good observation, that, isn't it? You can see now Carlo's gaining. So. Carlo's gaining on Peter here. Has that upset Peter a little bit? And he's like, I need to get my thought together. So Chris Baker's coming into the pit. Oh, he's not coming into the pits. He's waiting for everyone to pass. Bourne's going into the pits. Chris Bourne's pitting.
Is going in. Yes.
Now, if Chris gets his pit stop right, he could come out in front when all the pits are over, because he was very, very close. So let's keep an eye on
Carlo now.
Well, if these two start battling and slow each other up, Chris Bourne could make a massive gain with this lot. If he can get his
any number of these guys can take advantage of this pit stop and come out ahead.
Yeah.
For sure, the top 4 or top 5 are not going to be the same when we're done with pit stops. No way.
That's right. The thing also I have to say in defense of Peter, I believe that the newcomer in the top 5 was John Saunders. I think he's the one with the least experience fighting at the front, but it's the second time Peter hit someone. He did last race.
Well, he hit Andrea at the beginning. Him and Andrea hit each other at the beginning, don't forget.
Did. That's right, at the start of the race, but last
there we go. Well. We can see Carlos managed to take Peter. He took him easily there. No defence.
Yes.
Has Peter got a problem with his car then?
Yeah, he does. He does. Maybe he even got damage. I think he probably will go in soon.
Yeah, I think if he's struggling on the straight like that, he needs to come in sooner rather than later.
He has had like 3 or 4 hits, as Stefan is saying in the chat, because he had a hit in the first lap.
Yes.
So definitely he's got a bent Bentley. He doesn't have a wobbly bonnet yet, but it's definitely damaged.
That's right.
And I'd be interested to see that replay again, because we only got to see it once, and it looked like John Saunders never moved his line, but there was contact. There was contact from the back of the car. Now again, without the benefit of replay and seeing speeds and inputs and stuff, it's very difficult. And straight out the pits, John Saunders and David Gerrard have both come into contact straight out the pits. So I don't know what's going on there, whether they've made contact into the first corner, the second corner. But these two have made contact. So John Saunders has got it all to do now as a result of losing all that time. At least this time he stayed on the server. I think last time he quit out. You can see there that Aston's gaining on the Ferrari. But he's not going to pass at this point in time. Well, interesting you make that point, Dom. I tried to do that yesterday, and when I was leaving over to get a drink, I pressed the wrong bloody button. So I ended up not fully repairing my car when I didn't need to, and then removing me a pit limiter and ended up doing 50 mile an hour down the pit stop. And as you can imagine, I got to stop and go 30. So we won't speak about that anymore.
I'm having a look at that replay of that incident. And the long right-hander, John got the inside, and Peter did move over on him.
That's what I thought when I first saw it.
Twice.
Peter come across.
He did. He came across that first. The second one, I think he just broke a little bit too deep. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the stewards' decisions on this one for sure.
Yeah, because I could see from the line on the first one, it appeared Peter had gone to the right, and that they just brushed each other. That was negligible, the impact. But on the second one, John's line was clean, and that's, I think, was the difference. He hadn't changed his route. You can see Peter's getting it back together again now. He's going to challenge Carlo. But are these guys going to pit? Carlo's going for it.
Yes.
Now, Peter's going to put a flyer in now. You watch.
Peter's it's hammer time now for Peter. Big time.
Absolutely. I can see exactly what Peter's planning here now.
Kayola is like almost 4 seconds ahead now.
Ollie, I was drinking water yesterday, mate. I wasn't chugging a tinny. I'm having none of that. Well, Melvin, the steward's decision if reported. That's a perfectly valid point. Although I will say, Peter's such a gentleman. he will probably report it himself, like Sousa does.
That's right. That's right.
So the man on a gain at the moment, I know he's not made a pit stop, is Merch. Merch is into 5th.
Yes.
So we need to keep an eye on the pit stops, because at the moment, Bourne's made a pit stop, but I'll tell you, Bourne's flying now.
Hey, let's stay with that subject for just a second, because, you just kind of brought something up that, Peter is going to be, he potentially, he might even report himself, like you said. And, when it comes to hitting other drivers, there's this huge amount of remorse that we have.
Yeah.
I'm still remorseful for hitting you back at Hungary. It was just ridiculous. But, when I hit somebody like that from behind, I if anything, I'm embarrassed. It shouldn't happen. And I literally walk away with my tail between my legs. Yes, when somebody hits me, I get very passionate about it and I get very, very upset because, we invest so much time in this. But on the other hand, like Peter, clearly he also puts so much time into it.
He
and,
does.
when you make a mistake, you're kicking yourself. So there it is.
I will say that's the first time I've ever seen Peter make contact with a car. And he's not only done it, but he did it twice earlier on with Andrea, and he's done it twice with John Saunders. I don't think in all the times I've seen Peter. I know, granted, he's at the front all the time, but I've never seen him struggling. And when he was battling with the car, and you could see the car moving, you just knew he is really pushing here. And normally, because he's so far at the front, he normally doesn't need to push. This battle between Hugh and Chris Baker's brilliant. Craig Holmes has just gone into the pits.
Yeah, but once again, talking about those incidents, they could also have both given space to each other, right? There's being close and being close. We've seen Paolo and Chris do the same thing, but they never collided, did they? Right.
No,
yeah.
I think the thing there, Jeremy, though, is if you're in a corner and you're going full throttle, the natural slide of the car means you've got less control. Oh, we've got a drive-through. 196. Peter Wolfslaner's got a drive-through.
Wow.
Oh, so he's been really pushing it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
We saw that in qualifying. We did. We saw a lot of laps were
That's right.
Spoiled laps,
which didn't count, and we don't see that from Peter. So the times have really changed. This is fantastic.
Yes.
He'll be kicking himself, Peter. He's going to be kicking himself. Wow. Yeah, Melvin's just saying this will be one of Wolf's drop races. I think that's the first thing. And he's going into the pits now, Wolf. So what we need to do now is we need to follow
Chris.
Carlo.
Yeah, Carlo.
So Carlo's coming down the straight. Chris is behind Carlo. And I'll tell you, Nelson's further back, to be fair, so I don't think Nelson's going to make much of it. This battle's still going on. Still, Craig, John and David Gerrard are still battling. It looks like John's going to get a good run against Craig here. Is he going to make it up the inside? I think he's going to get the run there, isn't he? Just enough. Yeah, David Gerrard was looking for a piece of the action there. He weren't going to get it. So Peter's now. Hey, Peter, stop! He's not pitted.
He's not pitted yet. No.
I thought he went in.
He did his drive-through.
Oh, he's done the drive-through. Right, yeah, that's what threw me.
He done his. Yeah, that's what he did.
God, he must be running long because there's only 6 minutes left to go.
Well, he has 2 laps max to stop.
Andrea's just coming out the pits now. So he's got a lap. This is going to be really interesting of where this is all going to turn out. I have no idea where this is going to end up. So the only 3 at the moment, 4, Neil Bywater hasn't pitted according to this. Merch hasn't pitted, although Merch is now in the pits. And Wolf and Peter Wolfslaner and Lars Eklund haven't pitted. And the battle with Craig and that is still ongoing. Craig's putting pressure on John after John passing him. Oh, that was close. I thought that was contact then. Very close. I can see the Bloatley's going to get a good run up the Mistral at this point. Yeah, Peter's going to have to pit very, very soon. But unlike Peter to get a drive through, he must be really have pushing it. We could see he was pushing it, couldn't we? Wow.
My guess is that he's going to pit now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming in now.
Okay, so Peter's coming in now. He's not doing it. So his first one was a drive-through. What we need to look at is Andrea's definitely going to gain because Andrea's only 30 seconds behind. I do believe that. But I think he's going to get done by these as well, personally.
And Peter was very, very careful coming into his pits there.
Yeah.
He was very, very under 50 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. I think, there you go. So Andrea's passing. So all three of them, because of the drive-through.
That's it.
Has lost him. That's going to put Peter down. There you go. Peter's dropping down now. And he's now in 4th place. This is unknown territory. Now, interestingly, Lars is coming out. And there's Peter. Is Lars going to jump Peter as well? Or is Lars... No, Lars is coming out, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
So yes, Lars has got Peter. And so's Nelson.
Wow.
Well, he's got damage, remember.
Yeah, Nelson, John Saunders, Craig and David Gerrard and Lars have all got... Peter's now in 9th place. So he's got 23 minutes to move forward. Wow.
Incredible.
And Peter's on his way out now. And in fact, Rogers has just... Rogers has just took him as well.
Huh.
That's just unbelievable. Absolutely. That's not something I was expecting. Are we going to see Peter now with the... That's it. I'm going for it. And he's going to be an absolute machine. I reckon he'll catch Mark Rogers quite quickly. And I think he'll probably catch Murch. Man, Murch is quite away in front. David Gerrard's going for Craig Holmes here. Because Craig Holmes has already lost out to a Ferrari. And is he going to lose out to an Aston? He's going to have to make it stick. He's run out of track. You can see Lars is going for it up the inside. Oh, he's braking late there. And Rogers has... David Gerrard's made it. And Lars is going for it as well. So Craig's going to have buy one, get one free against him there. And Lars has gone on the inside.
Now Chris Bourne is looking really, really racy behind Carlo now. I can see... you can hear it in the way he's driving with the engine, that he's got this sense of urgency to get by Carlo and deal with Kaiola for sure. It's this is exciting.
Well, the fact that from his view he can see both cars he's attacking, I always find that as a massive incentive. And I've mentioned this before. When you see a car, I was racing Parks, I think it was. He was at the back of the grid and I was last. And I started. I was 28 seconds behind him, and I thought he's my target. And each lap I was taking 4 to 5 seconds off. And the first time I saw him, I was on the Mistral straight and I thought, right, next lap I'm having him. And it's such an incentive when you see that driver and you think, I'm going to have him here. I'm just going to jump back a bit because Lars has got a good run here on Gerrard. And I think he's going to, at some point, he's going to go for it. I'll keep an eye on Chris Bourne as well.
Peter just posted the fastest lap of the race.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Unsurprisingly.
I thought the McLaren would have caught up on Mr. Gerrard there, but it's not doing, is it?
I don't think we'll see Peter today on the top, on the podium.
No, but you know what, Jeremy? What did you say? This weekend on this track has not given what we expected.
That's true.
It's basically
true.
Put all the names in a hat and it's just throwing them out completely randomly.
You're right. You're right.
There you go. There's Peter taking the first driver. He's going against Mark Rogers. Going up the inside. Mark Rogers giving him space. He's not going to drift wide, but Mark Rogers is. He's just kept that on track limits. Oh, that's very close. But Peter's made it stick. So Peter's now 2.3 seconds off Murch. And Murch is just in front. He'll be able to see Murch in front of him. And let's see how quick he's... I mean, to be fair, he's absolutely flying. He's going for a 153 here on this lap. A 153 in race trim. Seriously? If I'm reading what I'm seeing right, he's on a 153, a 153.8, a 153.9. Surely not.
Excuse me. You know what I think? I think that Keola applied the right pressure, and it played in his favor because obviously Peter tried to push too soon, I believe, and made a couple of mistakes. He could have avoided just settling into the race, waiting for the pits and attack later.
So Holmes has managed to pass Gerard again. Well, this is going to go back onto the Mistral Straight. So I never understand why people go for the pass early here. Because you just become a statue on the straight. Why don't you wait to get on the straight and then go for it to give yourself that run? I never understand that. He's opened himself up now, Craig, hasn't he, to David Gerard getting the toe.
So I'm sure if you guys have noticed, but very, very quietly, Nelson has slotted into P4 after the pit stops.
Yes. He's just very good point.
Very unassuming. Very unassuming. He just gets on with it. There you go. And you can see there, he's gone wide, but he's made the pass against Craig. And I think Craig, when he passed, he probably should have waited because he'd have got him on the straight there. And I can see this is going to keep happening. Let's go back to on board with Chris Bourne.
The top three are maintaining the same kind of gap for the last couple of laps so far.
Yeah, it's one of these, a slight mistake though, and you're going to get half a second, aren't you? And that puts you in the toe then.
Peter is right behind Murch.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens there.
Eric Don's putting pressure on Hugh. To be fair to Hugh, you know, he's one of the new drivers, and we put him into Group 3 because of Group 1 because of I don't think he can race on a Tuesday, or Group 2 was basically full. Peter Wolf's just done a 154.6 fastest lap. He's on a mission. And Hugh's really doing well. I mean, I think last week he was like absolutely worn out, weren't he? Oh, we got another troll, have we, Stefan? We need to find these trolls and shoot them, don't we? It'll be some opposition, some opposition call to something. Right, let's go on board with. Peter's putting pressure on Murch now, so it all depends on how compliant Murch is going to be. That Bentley is going to, you just know it towards the end. I mean, Murch is defensive already very early on. That Bentley's just going to start roping in. Look, there you go. There it comes. Although it's not as much as I thought.
It's not much at all, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not
using all the revs he can.
He's thinking about it, isn't he, Peter? But he knows. Ricard's sweating in my sofa, and you're not even racing, Ricard. How do you think these guys feel?
Well, he's going for it. Look at that.
He is. Oh, it's switch driver. What's it doing? There you go.
There's that line that we were talking about earlier, Mark.
It was, yeah. Oh, he's done him. Yeah, he's made it.
Yeah, that wider line, it's the faster line, but if you have somebody behind you, you're just basically you're leaving the door open.
Yeah.
And as you saw, Peter just dived in, and that was it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about at the beginning of before the stream, wasn't it? Murch is not giving up, but I think Peter's. So Peter is now 8 seconds behind Craig Holmes. He's got 15 minutes to go. How quicker than Craig Holmes? So what we'll do is I'll put Craig's split on and I'll show you the split times just so we can see how they're doing. So you can see there, Craig's last lap was a 155.6, Peter's was a 155.8. We know Peter's got a 154 in him. So if Peter starts pulling the 154s out of the bag, he's going to be gaining only a second a lap. With 15 minutes to go, that's not going to be enough. So are we going to see Peter finish in 9th, or is he going to make it? Interesting. I personally don't think he's going to make it.
Peter de Jong didn't complete his pit stop.
Yeah, it's not showing Neil Bywater was doing one either.
No, Neil Bywater did.
Okay, I'm showing it as 0. That's all.
Yeah, no, he's clear, but Peter de Jong is not.
Okay, so Peter de Jong, who's currently 12th, he's going to drop down the leaderboard to the back basically.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
For sure.
Craig is actually going faster than he's gone. But let's just see this last lap comparison between them, and I'll switch that camera view to Chris Borg. Carlo's now 2.5 seconds behind Andrea, so Andrea's off now into the sunset. I think it's fair to say. The fastest man on track based on the last lap was Andrea with a 155 flat. So Andrea's got his act together. He's just going for it now.
Yeah, he managed to pull a 2-second gap with him.
I mean, at the end
of Carlo.
At the end of the day, Peter can just turn around and say it was a bad day at the office. You know,
yes.
as I said, he's more than 50 points clear. So it's not like he's got something in his pocket. So
exactly.
So you can see there, Peter's done a 155.1 and Craig did a 155.3. That was the fastest lap for Craig. So Peter's putting pressure on him, but it's not going to be enough.
No, but then again, next week's race is gonna everything is possible because it will be rain and night. So
yes.
I think it's gonna shuffle the dices a little bit, and as well, I mean, we've seen for the last couple of weeks, I mean, things can change dramatically, and if it keeps on happening like this only halfway through the season, let's see where it takes us.
So we're on board with John Saunders at the moment, who's putting pressure on Nelson. He is getting closer, but I don't know to what degree. And the other battle on track at the moment is Craig and David Gerrard again. So I'll keep an eye on that, because they're coming up to I think they're on the straight at the moment.
Yeah, just to give you an idea as well, right? The number 4, Nelson, is 20 seconds behind, the top 3.
Yeah.
So those guys are, again, racing in a league of their own.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether this battle between Carlo and Chris is over yet. I think Chris might want to, he's really looking at it, put it that way.
Everything can happen. I mean, there's still 12 minutes. Let's see.
We've got 12 minutes to go. At some point, we're going to need driver of the day, guys. So, and in the chat. So, start putting your thoughts together. I'm not going to say anything at this moment in time because obviously there's still a bit of racing to go. But I am going to move forward.
Neither am I.
Because we've got Craig is still putting pressure on David Gerrard here. A lot of pressure. He got a really good run out the last corner. I mean, that's not an overtaking place there that far back. Unless you've got kahunas the size of Mars. But will he get the good toe? Oh, I think he broke a little bit too much there, didn't he? But he's got a good run into the corner here. This corner's a funny one, isn't it? Oh, he's gone wide there. That could be a track warning, actually, on that side. I'm not too sure.
Well,
how wide's he going there? That's
yes.
Gerrard's really getting pressure put on him there, isn't he? Yeah, he's got a good run here, hasn't he? Is it enough? I think he's moved over too early there. I always leave it to the last possible minute to get maximise the toe. Right, I'm gonna jump forward.
Okay, John is right behind.
There you go.
Nelson right now.
Yeah, and you can see Lars is behind John as well.
Yes, that's right.
Although Lars is taking a completely different angle to the others. Well, that's fine. I've got a feeling at this point John's going to start looking at his mirrors now, and that's going to allow Nelson to pull forward a little bit.
to say about Lars, he's been always driving that McLaren since day one.
He's a little tiger in it as well, isn't he? He never gives up.
Never gives up, absolutely. He's battling an injury, I believe, as well, right?
I've just put the position delta on the screen. We can see Peter has lost 7 places. The big winner at the moment is Nelson. He's made 5 places up. In fact, Peter, but we know Peter's going to get penalised, has made 7. But I think it's fair to say Nelson has made the maximum impact as what he could compared to all the other drivers with a 5-place gain. Neil's dropped 6 places. Reese has dropped 4 places. Mark Rogers has dropped 5. Peter's dropped 7, as we well know. Saunders is battling 1 place to get back to where he was. But don't forget, Saunders did get knocked off. So really, Saunders should be battling out with Chris Bourne because that's where they were up to originally. Okay, so let's put that back to... Craig's still putting pressure. This battle is ongoing. I think we're going to see it through to the end. We've got 9 minutes to go. Are we going to see any more drive-throughs for penalties, do we reckon? The gap between Nelson and John Saunders just seems to have eased off a little bit. Granted, the battle's still there. But it's almost like they've got to that position now where I can't go any quicker. We're all doing the same speed. And you're really looking for a mistake. I mean, obviously, tyres are going to start going off. I think Nelson made his stop quite early on, if I recall.
Well, here comes Lars.
Yeah, Lars is still 4 tenths behind. Let's do. He's not going to take him there. And that's. I mean, you can try it, but you just know they're going to come into the braking point now.
You can see Lars is looking for different lines through those corners, especially the slow corners.
He is.
And he is getting better traction than John. So all it needs is a poor exit from John for Lars to get by.
I've got someone called Maverick 410. Damn wish I could get back in time to take part in these races. Oh, we got Kaiola Alessandro. Dad's in first. Nice. Well, welcome, Kaiola. Yeah, he's walked it. I think it's fair to say.
Alessandro.
Yeah. Andrea started off in a very good position and he's just kept it going. He did get a bit of pressure from Peter in the early laps. They made a bit of contact, but it was literally paint rubbing. But he's really showed his prowess behind that wheel and has done a really good job. Thanks for joining the stream, Kaiola. Really appreciate it. Oh, Alessandro, sorry. My apologies. I realise you've got your name switched around. Don't forget, like and share, guys. Let's get eSeniors known. We're already known all over the world. Let's get us known as being really popular. So 6 minutes to go. We're still looking for driver of the day.
Alessandro, what I'd like to know is what did your dad have for dinner tonight to make him so fast today?
I like that one.
Yeah, I believe Andrea is going to take it. I told you guys from the start. I believe he showed his intention right from the get-go. First corner, very aggressive, and he knows that if he gets in front of Peter, he has a chance to stay there. You know, it wouldn't be the same being behind him, and I think that Peter now is going to do everything to make sure he gets ahead next race.
There you go, Jonathan.
Well, there it is. There it is, you guys. There's the secret. Don't not eat. Don't eat. Race on an empty stomach, and that is the fastest way. Because you're lighter, right? You're lighter in the car. You're going to be faster. If you have like a curry, like Maverick is saying, you're just going to, it's just going to weigh you down.
I'll tell you who's going to be disappointed with that, Chris Bourne. I think we might see a pass here. This is looking very close.
Very close.
Yes.
Yeah. He's defending.
Yes.
He's defending. Saunders is defending though. And look, I told you, Nelson's disappeared. He's not disappeared, but these two have started battling. It's allowed Nelson just to get... Oh, contact! Non-disruptive. How did they get away with that?
Oh,
Wow.
I did not know.
How did they get away with that?
It was corner to corner, front left corner to right rear. So I'm really surprised that they didn't both spin out there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was half expecting one to disappear onto the onto the Astro, whatever it is, the paint strips, whatever they're called. Wow. How done well, guys. 33 concurrent viewers. I'm not too sure what the record is. It's our 33 or 34.
Absolutely.
So
yes.
fantastic.
Yeah,
that's really good to see that.
But then again, what a great show from this group. I mean, it's outstanding. Outstanding. And 2 weeks in a row, it's been absolutely wonderful.
So I've just got to laugh at Paul Moore's comment. I'm sorry, Paul, that's hilarious. I just spun all the way to Spa with that hit. That's brilliant, Paul. Cheers for that. That was spot on. All right, David Gerrard has now passed again. These two are at it. They're still going.
Lars
They
has
are
got to
still
run.
going. He has, yeah. Lars is coming into. Is he going to make? He needs to get these angles right, doesn't he? And they've all also caught up a little bit on Nelson as well. Still only a second behind Nelson. Now that's too much of a gap, I think. There.
No, it's too much.
He scratched the tyres coming into that corner. You could hear it.
And Peter is making pretty slow progress. He's behind Chris by about a half a second.
Yeah, he's done well though.
He's going to pass Chris.
Yeah. So Craig, he's behind Craig, isn't he? Peter's behind Craig, yeah.
Craig. Yeah, Craig, sorry.
Yeah, I think Paul Moore wins the comment of the day. That's definitely the comment of the day, that. Spinning off into Spa. Yeah, I like that. Pity we don't have comment of the day, eh? Well, 3 minutes to go. Come on, we need to start thinking about this drive of the day.
Well, my vote is going to go to Andrea once again. Really dominating race there, showing a lot of control.
Yeah, I mean, I've got two choices, and obviously I want the chat to make a decision. Really, I agree. Andrea has done really well. Petrie's agreed. I think Nelson needs a shout out as well. Nelson's got on with it quietly, and he's just moved up the grid from I think he qualified in was it 10th or 11th, and he's just moved up the grid quite consistently, and he's now obviously reaping the reward of that. I mean, Peter's flying, yeah, but I think it's going to be Andrea, isn't it? So I think that's pretty much set in stone, really. So for the second week running, I think it's going to be Mr. Kayola.
Yeah, he deserves it. Honestly, he deserves it. He's a man on a mission. 2 weeks in a row, he shows he showed he can do it. And Peter, he's the only man who had beaten Peter so far, and he does it two weeks in a row. Hats off.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. Drive of the day is going to be Andrea Kayola. What was Peter doing there? He's not trying to warm his tyres up, is he?
He's flashing him, and he's letting him know, hey, I want to get by.
So yeah, congratulations, Andrea. I know. I think you took a screenshot of it last time. You can take another one. Start getting that folder full of them. Very, very well deserved.
Absolutely.
Let's ride on board with Andrea. You know, he's not really been in the focus much apart from the start of the race, and let's see him over the finish line. But definitely deserved. Drive of the day is going to be Andrea Kayola. There you go, Alessandro. You would agree. But yeah, Alessandro, your dad's fully deserved that. Outstanding driving there from start to finish. And there's been contact between these two guys, and they're still at it.
Peter is off.
Peter's off.
Peter on the straight. He's facing backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. What happened there?
I'm just going to go back.
He got into it with Chris Holmes and David Gerard. They were 3 abreast coming across the finish line, and I'm not quite sure what happened, but it resulted in.
I've got the replay up now.
Here we're seeing a replay now.
There's other trouble. There's other trouble as well. John Saunders and Lars have crashed.
Peter left the server.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Deary me. Mark Rogers' work's going to be cut out. That's all I'm going to say. So John Saunders has lost a load of time. Him and Lars come together. I think I'm just trying to work out the cars involved in this one. Although for some reason it's not telling me the cars. Let me have a look. Car 11, which is John Saunders, and car 696. So John Saunders and Lars got in contact, and these two are still going. But these have gained as a result of that. So both
and
David
here
Gerard,
comes Andrea. Andrea wins the race.
Yeah.
Well done, Andrea. Followed by Carlo.
Yeah.
Very well
there's
done,
Carlo
as well.
And there's Chris.
And Chris in 3rd position.
And to finish in 4th, 10 seconds before everybody, is going to be Nelson.
Very nice.
Well done, Nelson. No trouble.
Well done.
Just got on with it. No contact. No incidents. And finished 4th. David Gerard. Oh, look at that. He's getting towed by Craig. I think there's different colour paint on each one of them cars. That was good racing.
Race
that.
from Lars.
Yeah,
Lars
and Lars has
position.
come down.
Very
and
nice.
then we've got John Saunders, who's no doubt going to be livid. Merch has come down. And then we've got Mark Rogers. Peter de Jong is taking the short route. He decides the track's too long, and he's going to take the narrow angles. He wants to be careful, though, because Eric's going to pass him. And so is everyone else.
Peter,
he's out of fuel.
I think he's out of fuel.
He's run out of fuel. He's run out of fuel. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Definitely. Yes, he is.
So that means Chris Baker, Eric, and Hugh Morris all jump up a place. Wow.
That's right. Not only that, but he has 130 seconds added because he didn't complete the pit stop.
It does. It's just gone from bad to worse, hasn't it? And Reese has managed to take him now as a result of that. Well,
what a race that was.
There's the finishing times. 2 seconds between the leader and 2nd place, and a further 2 seconds between 2nd and 3rd place. Wow, wow, wow. And I should imagine Peter's very disgruntled in a number of different ways. And it's such a shame it ended for Peter the way it did. But I think the original contact that caused him to have problems probably compounded the problem a little bit more for him.
The thing is that he gave up valuable points here because he's going to score nothing.
It will still show up in the finish in the leaderboard.
I know, but still, he probably threw 20 points away.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but come the end of the season, this will be one of his dropped races, I think, as
somebody
pointed out. So yeah, it's all information for him, and it's
that's right.
Lessons learned, because the battle now has just started. I think we can tell.
So I just want to say thanks to everyone in the stream, and thanks to Jeremy, and a special thanks for Jonathan for joining us.
Thank you
again, Jonathan. If you're free next week and you're not racing, which we believe you're not supposed to be racing, the commentary booth is available to you if you really enjoyed tonight or today, and you'll always be welcome.
Great job, Jonathan.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me, and I'll probably take you up on that invitation for sure. Cheers.
All right. Thanks very much, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, all.